stand and they're racing. Caught them in a beautiful line too. Irish Gem couldn't go early with My Abbey, and dropping out also towards the rear, Voodoo Blues. One of the first to get going is Rich Look. Gay Perdita over on the outside is racing up to join the leaders now as they settle down with Lacasso in the centre. About a length further back then, Irish Gem has moved up very quickly in the centre, and Whisket trapped a bit deep. Ace Trim the rails, Hidden Power. Then Smart Cerie, 2 to Lady for a Day. A long gap further back then came Faithful Thought, a long way out of it with Crown Style. And back behind those horses, Lacasso is one of the last as they come up the side. Mr. Abbey, as they came up now by about the 600 metres, Gay Perdita on the outside went up here to take a narrow lead from Rich Look, and they were followed then by behind them Ace Trim looking for a run. Hidden Power coming into it. Whisket struggling out a little bit wide. Irish Gem in the centre. Lady for a Day on the corner. They race Rich Look and Gay Perdita. Ace Trim looking for the runs, going particularly well. The kid's going to go for the inside. He's got a sneak opening here to join them. Hidden Power's coming home hard. Ace Trim's taken the lead in the straight from Rich Look and Hidden Power. Ace Trim in front, 100 to go. Hidden Power and Rich Look are battling on, and one getting up on the rails is Faithful Thought. From the rear is going to beat them all. Impossible performance. Faithful Thought's got up on the rails and beaten Rich Look or Ace Trim. Hidden Power inches away fourth. They were followed by Lacasso, well back Lady for a Day, and then came behind them Smart Cerie and Irish Gem. Whisket dropped right out of it. Voodoo Blues back towards the rear with Perdita. Gay Perdita who dropped right out of it also, and My Abbey. Well, that's impossible for that to win. Ready? And away they go. Always Touch has begun well with Cool Rockin' Daddy and Remuster, and Paper Gum got away quickly over near the inside as one of the early leaders. Camden Boy is going up towards them, and Base Camp's gone right through on the inside. Sir Quest is just behind them, and Wholesome's dropped out towards the rear with Carabellet. They settle down with Sacrum also back there with Bane Jolie. Now swinging to the corner the first time, Base Camp and Remuster led about 2 lengths to Touch of Finesse. On the inside, Paper Gum, and then a length and a half further back is Sir Quest. It was followed back along the inside of them now by Carabel, improving its position. On the outside of it is Always Touchy, entering the straight the first time. Now back at the rear, let's see, Manship, Wholesome, Bane Jolie and Sacrim. Base Camp the leader as they head down to the judges' box the first time. A length to Remuster, a length Paper Gum, Touch of Finesse, Sir Quest. Then Camden Boy, Carabel moving forward on the inside from Always Touchy, Mandator. Then well back in the field at the moment, Cool Rockin' Daddy. It was followed by Sacrim, Bane Jolie and 2 to Wholesome and Manship. 1600 out. Base Camp, this free-going stayer, about a length to Remuster second. Paper Gum tucked in on the rails third. Then Touch of Finesse followed by Sir Quest. Always Touchy moving up 3 deep around them. The grey on the outside. Carabel getting off the fence now. They were followed by Camden Boy. 2 lengths Mandator inside. Cool Rockin' Daddy. Couple to Sacrum, Bane Jolie. A length and a half Manship, and Wholesome last, about 15 off the lead. 1100 to go. Base Camp a length in front. Always Touchy up second now. Remuster a half third, 1 to Paper Gum the rails. Fifth on the outside of it, then came Touch of Finesse, a length and a half to Sir Quest. Camden Boy hard ridden. Carabel moving in between horses there, 2 lengths Mandator. They were followed by Cool Rockin' Daddy commencing a move. A couple to Sacrum, Bane Jolie hard ridden. 6 lengths to Manship, can't go a yard, and Wholesome last. Base Camp in front at the 750. A length to Remuster going up to be second. On the outside under the whip all was Touchy. Here's Carabel sprinting around them, and Touch of Finesse getting a split in the centre. Paper Gum still there in the fence. Sir Quest letting go, and then Camden Boy, Cool Rockin' Daddy. 450 to go. Base Camp shot away, led about 3 lengths now. Sir Quest out after it on the outside with a strong run. Paper Gum on the inside of them, and then Cool Rockin' Daddy, Touch of Finesse. Sir Quest hanging again as he did at Caulfield. Base Camp's going to straighten 2 lengths in front of Sir Quest, and Paper Gum coming home strongly third. It's Base Camp in front from Sir Quest, and Paper Gum going for the run in between them. Paper Gum and Sir Quest have gone up to the leaders. The Little Tasmanian tackling Sir Quest. Sir Quest just in front and might have won it. A nose to Paper Gum. Third Base Camp. Fourth Cool Rockin' Daddy. Touch of Finesse. They were followed by Sacrum, Mandator. Behind them then Remuster. Bane Jolie didn't give a yelp. Carabel back behind those horses. Always Touchy. Wholesome. Manship's run second last, and Camden Boy last. To jump. Racing. Reigning Supreme began very well with Dandy Andy, Coldwater and Cardinal up with the leaders from Our Watchman. Warren dropping back in the fence, and 2 Puntland Friars Delight, the last 2, Danita Gold in front of them. Cardinal led at the judge just in front of Coldwater. Dandy Andy caught 3 deep inside at Our Watchman, pulling hard and pushing them further out. Reigning Supreme in the centre, they went everywhere. Then came Warren, Danita Gold, 2 Puntland Friars Delight. At the 1600, Cardinal about a length in front now of Our Watchman on the inside of Coldwater. 3 deep still Dandy Andy. Moving up to be second now and get on the track a little bit. A length Reigning Supreme, 1.5 Warned. On the rails 2 Puntle, Danita Gold and last Friars Delight. 1300 out and Cardinal under a good hold. Cardinal about a neck in front of Dandy Andy. 2.5 lengths Reigning Supreme joining Our Watchman, a length and a half to Warned. On the rails then is Coldwater, a couple of lengths Danita Gold. With it then is 2 Puntland Friars Delight last, about 10 off the lead. Cardinal in front at the 1,000. 1 to Dandy Andy, 2 lengths Reigning Supreme moving up third. Coldwater on the inside of Warned, a couple to Our Watchman. Then Danita Gold, now Friars Delight taken to the outside and 2 Puntle at the rear. At the 800 corner, Cardinal a half length to Dandy Andy, 1.5 Reigning Supreme. A length Coldwater and Warned the outside, and Friars Delight making ground from Our Watchman, hemmed in from Danita Gold and 2 Puntle. Dandy Andy went to the lead now with about 600 to go. Reigning Supreme out after it. Cardinal on the rails under the whip, a length and a half to Warned and Friars Delight, and they've got right away from Coldwater and Our Watchman. Reigning Supreme went to Dandy Andy. They're together 450 out, about 2 lengths to Warned. It's running on well from Friars Delight. Nothing else can win from Cardinal and a long gap Our Watchman. Dandy Andy fought. Reigning Supreme off on the corner, 300 to go. Warned trying to get a run on the inside. It's there if he's good enough, and then Friars Delight, but Dandy Andy turned a length in front of Warren. Warren's going better now, coming out after him. Dandy Andy in front, holding Warren at bay, and then Reigning Supreme. And Dandy Andy, hands and hails, is going to win it. Warren won't go straight. Second, third, about 4 lengths away. Oh, goodness, he pulled Reigning Supreme up. I hope it's got third for the boy from Our Watchman. Then Friars Delight, and they were followed back behind them. Cardinal. Danita Gold is next, and well back Coldwater, and 2 Puntlers in last placing. And in with it, ready to go. They're racing. Near the inside, Vice-like Grip began well from All Neptune, and Ratio away nicely from Geyserland Mantina. The Grey Caesar's right, going up to the leaders from Net Call. Then Bowlane, Gold Deck and Nimble Man on the inside from Opal Search and Affected together. I'm a Red Man is last with Ben Farris going to the first corner. 1300 out and All Neptune led, about a length and a half. Caesar's right, Ratio, followed by Vice-like Grip, well up today. Out wider on the track there is Bowlane and Opal Search right off the course from Mantina, a length Affected Ben Farris. They were followed by Net Call, Geyserland, 1 to I'm a Red Man and 2 lengths to Gold Deck. There's 10 lengths covering them. They're not going all that fast. Caesar's right took the lead at the 1,000 now with All Neptune on the inside and Nimble Man 3 deep, a length to Ratio. Opal Search about 6 wide with Bowlane over on the inside of them, Mantina. It's looking for a run at this stage. Vice-like Grip and then Ben Farris to the outside from Affected. Net Call is well back with I'm a Red Man and Gold Search making their runs together as they come up the side of the track. Gold Deck coming up now with 600 to go. Nimble Man took the lead from Bowlane. Caesar's right, Opal Search. Then All Neptune, Affected, Gold Deck and I'm a Red Man still making ground 5 and 6 wide. But on the corner, Nimble Man, the leader from Bowlane, about 2.5 lengths to Gold Deck and I'm a Red Man, both running on well and Affected now getting out, but Nimble Man kicked away, led a length and a half to Bowlane. Here's Affected and I'm a Red Man and Gold Deck grabbing the leader. I'm a Red Man and Affected a brace to the lead. I'm a Red Man just in front, Affected lunging at him. They hit it. Oh, nearly a dead heat this one. I'm a Red Man, Affected. Nimble Man third. Net Call flashed home. Gold Deck 1 run too soon. Next start it. Then Vice-like Grip, Bowlane, Geyserland, Ben Farris, Mantina, All Neptune. Caesar's right further back with Ratio and Opal Search.
Up to the gate.
Racing and away they go. Oh, missing it badly, Better Boy. He stood there and missed it by some 6 lengths. Mount Visco, one of the first out, beginning smartly toward Darrick. Rolita gets up to be second. Lap Sang, and behind those New Harker, Spring Fortune on the inside from Lawful Lou. Faloo. About 3 to Waltz Boy, a length and a half, then came Top Music and Better Bore as last of all. Approaching the second obstacle, and the leader was Tor Darrick out by 2.5. Now Tours Rolita gets a little closer at the jump, 2 further back, Lapsang. A length and a half then to Mount Visco, 2 away Nyahaka. 3 parts on the fence then was Spring Fortune, 2 away Law Faloo from Top Music. Back of the tail, Better Bore, and Waltz Boy jumping wretchedly has now dropped out to the rear. Rolita takes over, the rider in awful trouble there for a couple of bounds on the second one, Tor Darrick, and they run past the 600 on the first occasion, and the grey Rolita in front, relishing the bigger fences today, leads by 2 lengths to Tor Darrick. They're out about 10 lengths to Lapsang, a length and a half, Mount Visco, Nyahaka a half away. 2 further back, Spring Fortune, a further 2 then to Law Faloo, 2.5 to Top Music, Better Bore, and 4 or 5 Waltz Boy last of all. Around the corner they come now, approaching the first of the 2 in the lane, and Rolita held together, leads by a couple of lengths, and Steady's coming to this first jump. Second is Tor Darrick as he clears it beautifully. In third place, Lapsang, a length and a half to Mount Visco on the outside, covering a bit of ground, Nyahaka. Spring Fortune on the fence, the leader got into that second one a fraction. Further back then came Law Faloo with Top Music, Better Bore under the whip out deep, making a little ground, and 3 or 4 away last of all is Waltz Boy. Into the open country now, and the first double coming up. We're here, Rolita in front. Again, Tor Darrick moves up about a length away, going a little deep there, about 4 or 5 further back, Nyahaka. On his insiders, Lapsang, Mount Visco, and Spring Fortune saving ground on the fence, but he got chopped out a fraction at that jump, the favourite. Better Bore made a mess of it. Law Faloo went past Spring Fortune from Top Music, and about 6 to Waltz Boy. Here's the second of the double, and Rolita got away again, jumped it nicely. He's out by 3 lengths to Tor Darrick, 3 away, Lapsang and Nyahaka making ground. About 4 to Law Faloo, starting to make ground quickly. 2.5 or 3 Mount Visco, hard ridden from Spring Fortune as they come to the second double, and the leader jumped it nicely over the second, and he jumped it beautifully, and he increases his lead as they go towards the 1200. The grey Rolita out by 6 lengths to Tor Darrick, a length Lapsang, 1 away Nyahaka, and a further length to Law Faloo going up on the inside. They're about 8 or 10 in front of Spring Fortune, now making ground from Mount Visco, and forget the others headed by Top Music, Better Bore, and Waltz Boy. At the 1,000-metre point, Rolita out by 4 or 5 to Tor Darrick, 2.5 Lapsang. Law Faloo still making ground along the inside from Nyahaka. Then about 8 lengths to Spring Fortune as they go over the third last. At the 800-metre point, Rolita in front. He leads by 6 lengths. Second placing is on the inside, hard-ridden Tor Darrick. Then came Lapsang behind it, Law Faloo, Nyahaka. Then 4 or 5 to Spring Fortune. He's got a lot of ground to make up, and then Top Music. At the 600-metre point, Rolita, they haven't made any ground on him yet. In second place, Lapsang, Law Faloo still grinding away. Now Spring Fortune starting to make ground from Nyahaka, and further back then came Tor Darrick beaten. At the 400-metre point, Rolita by 4 or 5, but he's coming back. Lapsang second, Law Faloo. Spring Fortune on the outside is still making ground, and further back Nyahaka as they come to the corner. 2 more to jump, 250 out, and Rolita in front. He's out by 4. Spring Fortune goes to second. Then Law Faloo over the second last, over the last rather, and he's clear Rolita. In second place, Spring Fortune with Lapsang, but Rolita's holding them at bay 50 metres out. Spring Fortune, Lapsang can't make any ground, and Law Faloo's run his race, but Rolita gives a good exhibition, wins it by 3.5. Spring Fortune second, Lapsang third. Then came behind them Law Faloo, then Nyahaka. Further back, Top Music, Better Bore. At the head of the rest, Tor Darrick. Then Mount Visco, and Waltz Boy was last in.
The numbers as called by Brian Blackmore in the first event at Yarra Glen today. Number 3, Rolita, the winner, D. Cannon. Second, 2, Spring Fortune, S. Jenkins. And third, 6, Lapsang, L. Poltridge. 3, 2 and 6 official placings, or numbers as called, I should say, in the first event, the steeplechase at Yarra Glen. Now we have correct.
The program, 1,200 metres, light flashing, all clear given, away they go. They've jumped away reasonably well. Mant and Flower a little bit slowly out. Ohio Bay, Trinity Bay away quickly with Court Exile, Pure Sovereign. And in flood, there's a wall of them there. Frell Green, and over on the outside, Swing a Little. And Watland going up to join those leaders also. Settling in behind them, Swift Kill, Ballet Lass. Then Vesper Favour, Watland Fire, and Mant and Flower. And last of all, Lujo. Towards the 800, and here Swing a Little by a half length of Pure Sovereign. Frell Green is third. Ohio Bay on the fence being niggled at. Watland Court deep. In the centre, Maiden Speech from Court Exile, a length further back, Ballet Lass. Then Swift Kill, Trinity Bay lost ground on the inside from Vesper Favour. In flood drop right back to second last from Mant and Flower, and Lujo last of all. Towards the 600, Swing a Little, Pure Sovereign, and over on the outside, Frell Green, a line of 3 behind them, Watland. Then came just in behind those runners, Ohio Bay, Court Exile going deep, and further back in the field as they neared the corner, Ballet Lass. Here's a go. 250 out, and here's Swing a little. Pure Sovereign. Ohio Bay gets the run on the inside. Frol Green and Court Exile starting to run home strongly, although ducking in. Court Exile on the outside. Race to the front, 50 metres out. Following at home a Swift Keel and then Pure Sovereign. But Court Exile is too good. Wins at 2 lengths on the line. 2 Swift Keel, Pure Sovereign, Ballet Lass. Then Swing a Little. Ohio Bay didn't run on. Watland a flop again. Then Maiden Speech with it. Trinity Bay, Lujo. Well back Frol Green, In Flood, Man and Flyer and Vesper Favour last home. I'd lad the inside runner. Starter on his platform. Light on. They're ready. Bit of movement. Wide Lad made a dive. Tupelo Boy standing quietly next to him. There's an attendant going into about barrier 4. Light still flashing away. Line looks reasonably good from here. The all clear given from behind. There's something out in about barrier 4 or 5 that's obviously giving trouble. Oh, there's one. It's rearing and I think it might be Ruling Goddess it is, and I think it's got itself cast. Ruling Goddess, Malcolm Pay very, very quickly diving out of the saddle, standing on the structure of the stalls. Now, it must have settled again because he's about to climb back on board like the proverbial rodeo rider. He's inching his way back down, gingerly taking his seat in the saddle. Ruling Goddess was the one that was giving the trouble, but it did rear. I thought it may have become stranded, but it hasn't. Now they're set again, racing this time. They've jumped away in a beautiful line. Posh Habit out deep on the track, got away quickly, and there's a clear leader with Wide Lad, Tupelo Boy. Ruling Goddess and Grand Cavalier have begun quickly too as they settle, and with them Magnesium Miss. Further back Sovereign Rock along the inside, then came Kingsbrook with Tonga to Bell. Well out of its ground at the moment came Philandic. Back with it was Chic Louise, and then Master Labby, and last of all Arctic Kiss at the 800, and Posh Habit's clear by 2.5 lengths. Second Wide Lad. Ahead away then came Tupelo Boy, 1.5 to Grand Cavalier, going nicely with Ruling Goddess. Magnesium Miss being hard ridden there, being passed by Kingsbrook, and over on the outside of those then came at the head of the others Sovereign Rock. 2.5 to Lovely Lauren, Tonga to Bell. Well back in the field then at the head of the others was Chic Louise. Up near the corner, 400 out, and Posh Habits joined here by Tupelo Boy. Wide Lad, and coming at them out 4 deep was Grand Cavalier from Ruling Goddess. Magnesium Miss, forget the others, headed by Sovereign Rock. Around the corner, Tupelo Boy on the outside, Grand Cavalier, Posh Habit, Ruling Goddess the inside the 200 metre point. They haven't got to Posh Habits again. It's kicked over on the outside, Grand Cavalier and Tupelo Boy with Ruling Goddess. Posh Habits in front, and that Posh Habits has won it by a neck on the line to Grand Cavalier. Ruling Goddess third from Magnesium Miss and Tupelo Boy. Further back in the field then came Sovereign Rock, with it Noir, Chick Carbrook and Kingsbrook. Then came well back Master Labby, Lovely Lauren. Wide Lad dropped right out from Arctic Kiss, and last in was Philandic.
Well, that can't run home to win the slipper. They're racing at Yarra Glen. Here's Brian Blackmore.
A dozen lengths. And Melsam first out with Port to Burn. Over on the outside, Malamute, and going up Stock and Land now to be third from Gold Consoles. About 3 further back then came Pierre's Luck. Behind it, Sir Rhythmic Private Word goes past Arapahoe's Indian. At the 850, and Melsam clear. He's out by 3 lengths to Stock and Land on the outside of Port to Burn. 2.5 or 3 further back in the field then came Pierre's Luck. About 4 or 5 Gold Consoles, and then Malamute, and well back in the field came Private Word. After missing it a dozen lengths, he's now gone past half the field. But there these stayers, Sir Rhythmic and Arapahoe's Indian. Up near the corner, 600 out, and Melsam by 2.5. Stock and Land. Over on the inside is Port to Burn. And then came 2 lengths further back in the field, Malamute. Then Gold Consoles, and well back making ground under hard riding was Private Word as they turn the corner. Gold Consoles comes out 4 deep in the straight. Melsam collared by Port to Burn. On the outside, Gold Consoles. Stock and Land can't go on with it. Gold Consoles on the outside, though, ranged up to join Port to Burn. They're clear of Malamute. Gold Consoles, Port to Burn. Port to Burn won't give in on the inside. He's just in front and he's won. Port to Burn ahead to Gold Consoles. Third placing Malamute. Then came Stock and Land, Sir Rhythmic. Melsam stopped from Pierre's Luck. Well back Private Word, but a good run all the same. And last of all was Arapahoe's Indian.
Numbers as called.
Gold in one, throwing his head around. They're racing this time. Italian Verdict, Playful Monarch, Solid Talk out deep have all begun quickly with Imperial Flash, Wadget. Quapel near the inside, and Corum's away safely, and deep out on the track Camden Briarballs is being booted up in search of the lead, and at the judges' box is going to get it just in front of Quapel. Imperial Flash eases to third, 2 lengths further back Playful Monarch. Corum on the fence, a length to Wadget, 2.5 Solid Talk, then Italian Verdict. Behind it, It's Impossible, Noblest Roman, well back Lord Gazelle, and 2.5 2.5 last of all is Multi Gold. Into the back towards the 1400 and Camden Rivals by a length Quapel. At a half length Imperial Flash, 2 Decorum on the inside of Playful Monarch. And they slacken off a fraction here. 1 Wadget, then came Solid Talk. He's racing on the outside of Italian Verdict. A length further back, Lord Gazelle moving past It's Impossible. And a length and a half, Noblest Roman, and tailed off about 8 lengths away was Multi Gold. 1100 out into the back, Camden Rivals by a little over a length here, Quapel. Ahead Imperial Flash, 2.5 Decorum on the fence. Playful Monarch on his outside, 1.5 to Wadget, travelling nicely. Trailing him is Solid Talk on the fence. Italian Verdict being shaken up. 2.5 Lord Gazelle, It's Impossible, Noblest Roman, forget Multi Gold. Running towards the 800, Camden Rivals, still by a length and a half here. Hard ridden Imperial Flash, Quapel the fence. 2 lengths Decorum still over on the inside of Playful Monarch being ridden up now. Then Wadget. Italian Verdict on the fence, followed next by Solid Talk. And 2 lengths further back in the field came at the head of the others, It's Impossible. And with it, Noblest Roman. They run past the 500. And here Playful Monarch went up to Camden Rivals. Coram getting out. Wadget coming around them with Solid Talk. And further back dropping off Imperial Flash. And then Italian Verdict. Nothing else could win on the corner. Where here Playful Monarch went to the front. Over on the outside, Wadget, Solid Talk still there. Camden Rivals. Just behind them, Coram as they swing the corner. On the outside, Solid Talk and Wadget went to the front here. From Playful Monarch, Coram battling away. And then Camden Rivals, Solid Talk. And Wadget with Solid Talk putting his head in front. He wanted to run in on top of Wadget, but he's coming away now. And Solid Talk wins it by a length. Second placing in the race goes to Wadget. Third, Playful Monarch. Camden Rivals and Coram just behind them from Italian Verdict. Then Noblest Roman, It's Impossible, Imperial Flash. Then Quapel, well back Lord Gazelle, and last in Multi Gold.
Brian Blackmore.
With him, the all clear's given, away they go. No Anchors jumped in the air at the start and lost ground. Missouri, one of the first away. And beginning smartly, Camden Poacher. Old Fitz hunting up towards the lead. Dropping in behind them, Sterling Court. Audition again, Century Sun over on the inside. Going deep is Dakwar at the judge. Then Zamantine pulling hard and caught out 3 deep from No Anchors. Well back Search Warrant, and last of all is Nirvana's Sun. They head out of the straight now, 1,600 metres to go. Old Fitz goes to the clear lead here, my 2.5 lengths Missouri. Dakwar is now third, moving up to be second. A length and a half Triptych in the box seat. A half away then In Cash. A length and a half Century Sun. Deep is Zamantine from Audition again. A length to No Anchors, then Camden Poacher. Around them Search Warrant, second last Sterling Court, and a length and a half Nirvana's Sun. Heading towards the 1,200 metre corner, and Old Fitz gets right away here. He's out by 6 or 7 lengths to Dakwar, 2.5 Zamantine. Ahead away on the fence Missouri, 2 lengths to In Cash. 2.5 Search Warrant. Triptych on the fence being niggled at from Century Sun. A length further back then Audition again. Sterling Court taken to the outside, then Camden Poacher. No Anchors hard ridden, and 2.5 to Nirvana's Sun at the tail. Along towards the 850, and Old Fitz in front, but coming back he's only 2.5 to Dakwar, 2 to Zamantine. Search Warrant. Missouri on the fence, then came In Cash. Sterling Court with Audition again. Triptych over on the inside. Nirvana's Sun as they start to jam right up, and back with him was Camden Poacher as they come towards the 600. Old Fitz grabbed by Zamantine's Dakwar. Search Warrant a length away. Then came just in behind them Missouri. Sterling Court under pressure. In Cash being hard ridden, and then came Nirvana's Sun trying to push through. Camden Poacher is back last, and Triptych. A lot of these off the bit as they come to the corner. Old Fitz and Dakwar on the outside. Zamantine Missouri looking for a run. Then came Search Warrant. Now Nirvana's Sun is hooked to the outside, and with him Century Sun, In Cash, and Camden Poacher inside the 200. Zamantine reached the lead here on the outside. Camden Poacher. Old Fitz fighting back. Camden Poacher swamping them out deep. It's Camden Poacher getting to the front near home, and it's too good. Won by a half length of Zamantine, Old Fitz, Missouri. Then came In Cash, Century Sun, Dakwar, Triptych. Next Nirvana's Sun, well back was No Anchors. With him Search Warrant. Then Audition again, and last in Sterling Court.
Yes, the top weight successful Camden Poacher with the little girl getting it up to victory. Miss Kay Birtles. Camden Poacher the winner, second placing to number 11 Zamantine, and third number 4 Old Fitz, 111.4 as called by Brian Blackmore. Right.
Deep on the track, starter on his platform, all clear given now, and they're racing. They've jumped away in a beautiful line. Moonlight Bandit near the inside, away quickly, and going away smartly was Glen Torren. In a great wall of them, Foreign Registrar. Calibration is up in that leading division, and Hello Henry drives through now to hit the front. Hello Henry in front of Calibration. There's another one over on the outside. It might be Regal Kiwi. A length further back then came Final Pleasure. Deep on the track was Foreign Registrar. Then Dashing Tudor. Deeper route then came as they came to the back of the track. was Lime Burner. Then 2.5 further back, Super Straight. Just in front of him was Indian Dinner. Jackson Lee is deep on the track. Jindy's Gift. And the back of the tail of the field at the 500, Hello Henry. Hard ridden is Calibration out deep. Lime Burner, Regal Kiwi, a line of nearly 4. A length and a half further back, Foreign Registrar. And in that bunch of horses then was Glen Torren. And with those on the inside came Final Pleasure. Then Jindy's Gift, Jackson Lee as they came towards the corner. Moonlight Bandit. Around the turn, Hello Henry's given them the slip. Regal Kiwi in second place. Then came Calibration. Moving up on the inside of those then was Glen Torren. Wider out, Moonlight Bandit starting to run home pretty well. And then Foreign Registrar, but Hello Henry in front. Moonlight Bandit on the outside is flying home. Moonlight Bandit the outside, and I reckon he's got up Moonlight Bandit to beat Hello Henry, who had it all parcelled up. Third is tight between Final Registrar and Jindy's Gift, then Glen Torren, Indian Dinner. Well back then Regal Kiwi. With him at the head of the others, Lime Burner, Jackson Lee. Then came Calibration, who stopped Labmatic. With it was Glen Torren, Dashing Tudor and Final Pleasure. Seaboy Towie, they're racing. Seaboy's missed it fractionally and tries out a little slow out. Taj Regis and going away quickly was Light of Man. View over on the outside and Loisel, a line of 3 early. Then crossing over is Seaboy in behind them, 2 lengths to Tolberg. Now let's see, back at the tail of the field came Heaven's Delight. The favourite is last, and in front of it tries Old Family Jewels, Gold Pirate centre field. Into the back they go, 1100 out, and Loisel in front by 3 parts to View. A length away Taj Regis in the box seat, 1.5 Light of Man. Seaboy the rails. A length to Gold Pirate, a length to 1/4 Tolberg, 2.5 or 3 to Family Jewels. Second last tries old 3 away, and last of all is Heaven's Delight, who's got to be 20 lengths off the lead as they go to the 850. Here on the outside, going to the front, View ahead in front of Loisel. They clap the pace on, a length and a half to Taj Regis, who shifts off the rail. Seaboy moves up on his inside. 3 lengths to Light of Man, hard ridden, and then came Tolberg on the inside of Gold Pirate. 1.5 to Family Jewels, 2.5 to Heaven's Delight. Well, it want to be Burnborough from back there, and last of all Trizold. View in front, running down towards the corner, 400 out. In second place Loisel, Taj Regis and Seaboy making their runs. Then 2 lengths further back came Light of Man, Tolberg on the inside, and forget the others headed by Family Jewels. View took over on the corner from Seaboy, Taj Regis the outside. Loisel has gone, then Tolberg. It's View in front, Taj Regis on the outside is the only danger. Seaboy struggling on, but View the leader. Taj Regis the outside is gradually getting to him. View in front, Taj Regis, Seaboy on the outside. Taj Regis did better. Taj Regis is 1 and ahead, I'd say, to View, and a nose away Seaboy. Then came Loisel. Behind it, Tolberg, Family Jewels. Then Light of Man. Well back in the field at the head of the others, Gold Pirate. Then came well back.
Well, that just about takes us out from racing today. We'll be back with the last at Moonee Valley at 5:10.
Settles well.
They make the run to the first bend, and the bend at the 950 off. Clavel's Girl missed it by a length and a half today, and Palmyra Bay and Petra slow to jump out, and Shinakima straight to the lead from Show of Flowers. Marchakita hurrying up into a prominent posse, as is Kate Charlotte and Canacia, and then comes Just Blooming. Clavel's Girl is starting to muster some speed now, and then Devious Lady, followed by Deedle and Dame de Siècle. Further back on the inside, Palmyra Bay over Franset, 2 to Hitted Star, Limitless Petrus, and Grand Cindy's last. 1,000 to go. Shinakima bowls along a length and a half, Marchakita. 1/3 is Canacia, followed on the outside by Kate Charlotte. A length further back in the field is Just Blooming, the favourite, and then Clavel's Girl, followed by Show of Flowers, and further out Dame de Siècle. 1 Devious Lady and Deedle, then Limitless, followed by Palmyra Bay, Franset, then Grand Cindy, Petrus. Hitted Star whips them in. Down to the 600, Shinakima a length and 1/4, Marchakita, 1 away third, at edging closer, Just Blooming. Canacia nailed in a firm pocket, a length further back, Kate Charlotte, Dame de Siècle. Clavel's Girl and Show of Flowers, and Deedle is next as they commence the run around the corner. At the 400, Shinakima about 3/4 of a length clear on Marchakita. A length the Canacia and Just Blooming. Then Clavel's Girl bottled away from Kate Charlotte and Dame de Siècle. At the 200 metres, and Canacia's bullocking into the open now, and Canacia goes after Shinakima. Trying to get out is Kate Charlotte, but Shinakima fights on. Canacia second, then Kate Charlotte.